Okay, in this video I'm going to show how to fix or how to repair a top-loading washing machine. And in this case it's a Whirlpool. And the model number is right there. And what happened was, let me see if I can see from down here, where it reaches the bottom, it seems to not make contact anymore. It just stopped washing. It didn't want to throw the water. It doesn't do anything anymore. See, it stopped right there on the spin machine. You take it out, it's basically dead. So I'm going to try to see if we can fix and repair this little portion here where it makes contact from here to there. Okay, so first what you want to do is unplug it, of course. Set it off to the side. And then also make sure the water is off. I believe this is the hot water and I turned it on. That's the hot water, which bust and made a big spill. So this is what we're going to turn off. The hot water hose had already ripped on me, so I had turned it off completely. So now both of these are off, and we're trying to get the loose water out. And as you can see, that's why I have all the towels on the bottom, because it did spill. Okay, and as I mentioned, this is the part that was bad, and I ordered a new part, and it's directly from Whirlpool. I got it at Sears, and this is the exact same switch that I will be replacing that is defective. Okay, and this is where the part goes, where I took it off. If you can see, I took the entire outer shell off, and I'll show you how I did that previously when I put it back on. But I'm going to be putting the cable here and I'll show you how it goes exactly. Okay, so this is from the inside of the washer machine after you took out the outer shell, and that's where the two screws go in, the ones I took out previously, along with the ground wire on the side. So you align it, and if you could see this here, this is what clicks the sensor on and off. It opens and closes. And I'll put it on so you can see how it looks while it's on. So there you can see the part which I put back. The ground goes to the side of the washing machine, metal. And I screwed in the sensor. And you can see that little switch when it comes down, pushes the switch open. And that was the defective part. So now I just gotta run the cabling along the side of the washer, and I'll show you that as well. Okay, so I've run the wire along the siding of the inner case, and if you could see, let me see if I can get a good shot of that in here. There's a little guide on there that you take off basically when you're taking it off, and you just put it back on. And on the top there's another one here, you can see. And then now for the cable, there are two slots, and it's the one on this side. And you can tell basically it won't fit on the other side, and you just slip it through. So I'll show you that as soon as it is complete. And there is the cable snug in on that slot, and on the other side, I'll show you when I flip it over so you can see how it comes up. Okay, and as you can see, the washer, how I slid it out originally, it's very easy. I'll show you how we put them back on the screws. So far the only screws we've put in, so you can go back, is the sensor. And this is the sensor here, the 2 screws, the ground on the other side, and the cabling that goes through the bottom. And will come out on top of here, if you can see. And that's where you're going to plug it in and get everything back in order. Okay, what I wanted to show you here is basically you align this to go with this and align it all the way to the bottom, and the same on the other side as well. And I'll show you when that is complete and the screw or screws that I use to put it back together. Okay, so now that you can see, I perfectly aligned everything all the way to the bottom, same as in the other side. And here there's only one screw that you put on, and it's that one there, and I'll do that now. Okay, so the screw is back on, and then just to let you know, when you take everything off here on the top, and I'll show you how to put this back on, that is the screw that you remove in order to remove the casing and being able to basically get under this and replace the switch. And for this side, there are these, I guess you call suspenders, or I don't know what these would be called, but they're metal pieces that basically hook onto this. And I'll show you right now when I put them on and how I took them off. So that is how they go on. And if you can see, there's a little groove up there, and you basically snap them in. And I'll show you on this one really quick. If I could do it with one hand. If you see that little groove, you just pop it in and set it in here. So you just press it down with pressure until it snaps. Let's see if I could just leave the camera there, so you kind of see how it's done. There you go. And there's the snap, and it's in place. And basically to get them off, I don't know if you remember the little groove inside, just with the screwdriver, you just move it out and it pops right back out. And then, if you can see from the wiring, these two go together, and this one here hooks up to the sensor that you plugged in. And there are the connections already established, and then you just put this back in its place, and I'll show you that right now. Hold on. Okay, this is the back view, so you could kind of see. And then these little, I guess, guides, or I don't know what you want to call them, plastic fittings, they go through here. And if you have taken them off, I leave them on just so I can see where they go. And the way they get aligned is that's the piece there. You put it in, move it up, and I just leave it here just to let it know where it goes. But you basically would be lifted up, and it screws onto this. And the other side has it as well. And then the last thing you would do is screw in this one here onto this. And of course you just align this along with the back panel as well. So I'll show you when I'm done, when this is complete. Well, one other item I forgot to mention or list, if you can see the grooves from the panel, they must align with the grooves here, and you can see them. So basically that's the gap that's showing. That's why they're a little bit off. But you put them in and they'll slide down, and then you just screw the ones I told you. This is on the other side, and you're done. Okay, so I got the top aligned. As you can see, it's all straight. So this should be sticking out, the top part, and on the bottom, when it is aligned, you see how you press down? As soon as you screw it, it'll be pressed down and it'll be held by the screw there. Let me go ahead and do that. So on here, before you plug in the hoses, that is the thread, the white thread or Teflon or whatever you call it, from the water. Make sure you take the old one out and put new one in. I'm not going to be putting in the hot water because that hose broke, so I'm really considering replacing the cold water hose later on. And it's, well, good, I guess good and bad. The hot water hose busted, and at the same time the washing machine broke, and this was in July 2018, right at the peak of the super heat wave we had back in the 4th of July. I don't know, hot water, maybe something had to do with it, I don't know. But either way, make sure you replace the thread and put new one in. And I have the new one here, and I'll show you how I get ready to put it on. So there is the new thread seal, or some people call it Teflon tape or whatever, for water, specifically for water. And I'll go ahead and put the hose back on. Okay, so there the hose is back on. I tightened it with my hand. Some people say you could tighten it with, I guess, pliers, but I just do it as hard as I can with my hand. And of course, plug it in. Open the water. As you can tell, no leaks. Very important. Although I am thinking of replacing the water hose since the hot water hose busted. And it didn't bust at the hose itself. It leaks from here, from the top part. Everything comes out through here. So I don't know if it could have been the water or what's the deal. And I'm seeing some leakage here of water, so maybe I should replace the cold water hose as well. It's very old. Forgot the year I bought it, but it's the year I bought this washing machine, and this washing machine is very old. So for now, I'm just going to test it, make sure I did it okay, and then probably head out to JCPenney or Best Buy or something and buy the water hose, just to be on the safe side. I don't want to go through this again, especially if I'm not home and it busts. Okay, here comes the moment of truth. It's set to spin. There you go. And the water bubbles in there, very little. Because I took it out with a cup, a bucket or whatever. Washing machine's working, ready to go. It's just, I will buy the water hose for the cold water because it is leaking. And I might even buy this, the hot water. I'm gonna buy one, might as well buy both. Or just keep it off, save, I guess, electricity bills or energy bills or whatever. Okay, well, thank you for watching.